until the Hens has to lock in something. Could just be a Lulu, right? Like,
it could be.
I mean, it's the most obvious choice, and they are
It's great with Wukong. It's great with Renekton. You know, we could have seen a lot of fun stuff for the 2v2, but what this Lulu is going to do for the comp is just, it's too strong to ignore.
And it's also, like, in the early game, yeah, Jinx is going to outrange Zeri, but it's double ranged into Tahm Kench. Like, you're having a pretty good time. I think that Liv... Ooh, KT fans very loud here in Lowell Park today. Liv Sandbox, I mean, this is a classic BDD's Gen G composition from Liv Sandbox.
Shining through this season.
Yeah. Well, Liv Sandbox are going to be able to get the crash. Did want to go home, but with Lehens leaving first, means that they are going to be able to get over here. Looks like this first Cloud Drake should go over to them unless Weaver's Wall is going to deliver a Talia into the situation. Aiming can also glide his way through as well as the flash comes down. The Polymorph does come in, but now looking to try and get themselves some kills. The Frog got stuck in my throat. It's currently on the Rift, so it does make some sense. Frog's kind of around. And KT, they sort of miss their... This Nara is just going to keep falling further and further behind.
And they need to be willing to start this Drake, right? I mean, just sticking around here and trying to force a dive but never actually committing means that KT are just happy to farm. And they've got a Wukong with Flash Cyclone here, so the more space you give to Cuz to actually come over here and clear some vision up means they might be able to blow this Jinx up 100-0 her, and then the Zeri's online and you get a Dragon. So finally going to start this off, and this is a lot possible because of the mid and bot prio here. Like, a lot of the reasons why this is possible is because of that, but Cuz has to be respected.
He does. 50% health on this Dragon. Extendo Beam comes in. Kyle down to 50% as the Glacial Prison lands, but it's on to Lehens. He's happy to tank it up. Kyle eats the great health. They do manage to take down the Dragon, but First Blood goes over to KT, and now Aiming is skating over these walls. There's the... Oh my god, the wall is just massive, and BDD's going to be able to snipe the Jinx in the end. A double kill somehow for Aiming there.
And I think BDD probably still gets this turret. He's just going to let this wave push through. Remember, Cuz still has his ultimate, so you've got to be really careful now.
Yeah. This is a pretty impressive play from KT. As Envy taking a lot of damage from Aiming. Flame Chompers go down. He's tanking the turret way too much here as Wild Growth does come through. Ulti used, so he's able to clear up this wave very quickly. As now Cuz just looking for the opportunity. Kyle holds on to the Devour, but he can't devour himself, and he's just going to be murdered. That was beautifully played around the Tahm Kench. You can see he still has the ultimate, but he's in the death chamber.
I don't know what was said there from Supreme and Rapid Star during the... Really hard to do so without map control, so they need to play very carefully around vision. So many ways that this goes wrong for Liv Sandbox too, with BDD shove, Weaver's Wall.
And if you give Zeri an inch, she can certainly take a mile. Aiming has also proven that he's very good at the pick as well. As Keen just going to walk away from Birdle here. The Drake is going to be secured, and Envy at least manages to get a red buff out of all of this. 4,000 gold is approximately the lead here for KT, but we're still going to have...
In a choke point like that. So you catch, quote-unquote, Cuz, but here comes BDD.
Yep, Weaver's Wall comes through. Envy is going to flash towards the Tahm Kench, but they're going to knock him up. Cyclone has always been so good into Tahm Kench, and the bot lane just evaporates and turns into a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, well, that's Baron. That's Baron for sure. You know, I thought we were for a moment getting close to disappointed Huni territory, especially with Cuz overextending there, but you know what?
Before 22 minutes, Wolf, I think we're okay. I think they're out of the woods.
Yeah, and we saw Closer just conceding the point. He teleports bottom to get some money over here is what he's hoping to do. He will be able to force a teleport out of Keen, but it means he won't be able to get this turret. So you're not getting any cross map here either. KT Rolster, early Baron. They already had so much map control, but now they can use this Baron to get... In a lot of ways, yes, I would agree.
It's a bit crazy. I'm not ready. Right, as an old man, you know, I'm stuck in my ways here in my League of Legends. I've been doing this for a very long time. Timothy Kenshin's will always be the one, but Kalista does a lot of the same things, and it's a lot safer.
Tahm Kench also really changing a lot over the last few years and feels best in a Senna lane, really because of the additional stats he gets, but he's just... I mean, if it was a fasting Senna comp, for example, and he flashes to save the Senna there, he at least has some items so he could survive through the cycle a little bit. But in this game, he's got nothing. He's sitting on an Aegis, He's like, maybe.
He made a Baron in the last game. Things would have also looked pretty good.
I think this game just really, Atlas, it all goes back to that Drake fight, you know,
Yeah.
as Birdall.
Oh dear, seismic shove, and that is, oh, look at that. That looked like a saltwater crocodile launching out of the river, you know?
Yeah.
Terrifying. As, yeah, Bertel, not a lot of hope there, but also it's just, there's no time for them to even react here as the Jinx Tom Kench just fall apart.
Falling apart like Live Sandbox have a lot this week, Atlas. This is not the look that we expected after what was such a great start to round 2.
Certainly not. Dominus going to come forward here, but Closer cannot push the Crocodile through the Nexus. And these Nexus turrets are going to go down. A 27-minute victory. Huni, are you not entertained enough after this KT victory? Clean 2-0, nothing to see here.
KT almost at the end of their tough schedule. It was a long set of 4 matches, some grueling opponents they had to go through.